Starting us off at number 10 is Farrah Abraham. She broke out into the spotlight on the MTV reality show 16 and Pregnant, and then became an OG mom on the show Teen Mom. She started out by sharing her inspiring story as a young single mother after losing her boyfriend and father to her daughter in a tragic car accident. But throughout the years in the public eye, we've seen her make very drastic changes to her appearance and a drastic change in her career path when she started working in the adult entertainment industry. She's been very open and honest about her surgery transformation as well as her new career path, and has no problem flaunting her new body, just like that. You would never recognize her from the girl on Teen Mom, as she looks like a completely different person. She is so open about her changes that she will often live stream her Botox and filler procedures, and not just the ones on her face, if you know what I'm saying. And despite getting criticized online for all her surgery, she loves the changes she has made, and she said she's very happy. Moving on to number 9, we have Courtney Cox. While Friends fans will always be able to point her out in a crowd, people were surprised to see just how different she looks now compared to her time on the show. Of course, it has been over a decade since she was on the TV show, but she's also had some work done that did completely alter her look. She's been very open about the different cosmetic procedures she has had done, admitting that she regrets some of them. She admits to taking things too far and going overboard with fillers in her face. She hated how she looked so much that she actually went and had the fillers removed. The actress talked about it in 2017 and said, "I've had to learn to embrace movement and realize that fillers are not my friend. I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I think that I now look more like the person I was." But even though she has removed them, her face still looks a lot different, but beautiful nonetheless. Coming into our number 8 spot is Tara Reid. She is another actress who regrets her plastic surgery after losing work over her drastic appearance change. We'd be lying if we said her looks didn't play a big part in her career. She skyrocketed into fame after playing the hot blonde in the American Pie movie series. And even though we would tell her she was always gorgeous, she decided to get some work done in 2006. At the time, she got a procedure called liposculpting, which ended up going horribly wrong. She talked about it and said the surgery completely botched her stomach, and she could no longer book roles that had her in bikinis or with her stomach showing, which was normally required in the roles that she did book. She also said her breast implants were botched by the same doctor, so she didn't have a very pleasant experience. Fans are still surprised to see just how different she looks now compared to when we were first introduced to her.
Number 7, JoJo Siwa. You don't have to be a loyal fan of JoJo to know that she has a signature look. Ever since the teen superstar first rose to fame, she's been known for rocking oversized bows and her signature high ponytail. In fact, her sense of style is so popular that she even sells her own line of bows that often sells out in stores. But fans were pretty shocked when the 19-year-old revealed that she had cut her hair very short and even given herself a mullet. Speaking in an interview for Instagram and Facebook's Creator Week, JoJo said, "I just had my 18th birthday, and it was right around my birthday that I realized I kinda wanna do my hair different today. It just felt like the right time to do something different and a little bit more mature or a little upgrade." The new 80s look is also a pretty good indicator that the singer wants to shed her Disney-fied image into something edgier and more age-appropriate, since she'll be entering her 20s soon enough. Number 6, Noah Cyrus. Her big sister Miley is certainly the most famous member of the A-list family, but Noah has really started to make a name for herself in the music industry in recent years. While there's no denying that Noah has changed quite a bit since she arrived on the scene, many fans have speculated that her changing look is a result of more than just puberty, and instead they think that she may have gone under the knife. The plastic surgery rumors began to circulate after photos of her with plumped lips and high-raised eyebrows surfaced on Instagram in 2020. If you look at old photos of the singer and compare it to her appearance this year, you can actually tell that she has a significantly increased facial volumes in her cheeks, lips, and chin. Not only that, but her eyebrows appear to be higher. The 22-year-old hasn't said anything about it yet, but many people still believe her dramatic facial changes aren't entirely natural. Number 4, Meg Ryan. After stealing audiences' hearts with her legendary rom-com roles, Meg Ryan's face would change beyond recognition in the early 2000s, when she underwent several cosmetic procedures to change her look entirely. When Meg attended the Tony Awards in 2016, she looked completely different, so the audience couldn't help but speculate that she has had plastic surgery and that she might have overdone it a little bit. Many cosmetic surgeons were quick to give their opinion on which procedures she might have had done, and they said that the most evident thing that she's done to her cheek was some form of filler or fat transfer, and the general consensus consensus is that the procedure wasn't done properly, as the volume of filler could have been positioned more laterally to give her a softer appearance. There's also been speculation that she's had rhinoplasty done, as the tip of her nose is narrower than before and looks a little bit more pinched. But realistically, no one can really pinpoint the exact reason why she looks so unrecognizable these days. So up until now, it's all just speculation.
Taking over our third spot is Jennifer Grey. This is another time when a celebrity deeply regretted their plastic surgery because of the damage it did to their career. Her look changed so much throughout the years that she said it's what cost her her whole career. The Dirty Dancing star was known for her distinctive looks when she first broke out into the Hollywood limelight. But she made the decision to get rhinoplasty early on into her career, and it was the worst decision she's ever made. Her words, not mine. She spoke about it during an interview and said, "I went into the operating room as a celebrity and came out anonymous. It was like being in a witness protection program or being invisible. I'll always be the once famous actress nobody recognizes because of a nose job." It's hard to say if she's had more work done since then, but fans are certain she has, as she looks different now than she did after the rhinoplasty. But fans do appreciate how open and honest she has been about her journey. Up next, number 2, we have Chloe Ferry. The Geordie Shore star has faced a ton of criticism online for the drastic change in her appearance, with fans saying she has gone overboard with the plastic surgery. You would hardly recognize the 25-year-old after she spent almost $100,000 on her surgeries in recent years. She admits to having 3 nose jobs, 2 breast augmentations, a butt lift, Botox, and fillers. The decision came unexpectedly when she made the decision to alter her natural beauty, but now she said she's finally done with it. She said it has been hard though to fight her addiction. She recently did an interview and said, "As soon as I started on the show in 2015, I was obsessed with surgery. When I met Charlotte and seen her lips, I was like, I need them. And now I've had the most work done out of all the cast." But she claims that she is finally done with it and says the lockdown actually helped her reflect and learn to love her looks for how she is now. Winning the number 1 place, whether he wants it or not, is Dane Cook. There haven't been many red carpet events in the past year because of this pandemic, but photos of Dane Cook on a previous red carpet went viral because of how different his face looked. The photos, which came from a red carpet event in 2019, actually went viral during the 2020 pandemic when people started sharing them online with the caption, "What the F happened to Dane Cook?" referring to his face and how different he looked. Fans started speculating that plastic surgery was the reason for his transformation. Dane has responded to these types of rumors in the past, saying that he has had work done, and says that he has not, and that it is all about a healthy lifestyle. In 2018, he did an interview and said, "So many weirdos DMing me asking why I wax my eyebrows or use Botox. It's called healthy living, my friends. Never drank or did drugs. I've had a dermatologist for years to help me keep my skin nice with constant travel, drink mostly water." But after seeing the 2019 pictures, people do not believe him. Tell me what you think. Is it because he has a dermatologist? Or is it because he had work done? Come on. Beginning our countdown at number 10 is Pamela Anderson. The Baywatch icon started making headlines in 2018 after looking unrecognizable at the Cannes Film Festival. She will always be an icon, but people still hold onto her looks from Baywatch, so now that she looks different, people say she looks like a totally different person. At the festival, she ditched the heavy makeup and the hair extensions and showed off more of her natural beauty. But that just showed people how different her face looks now after having work done throughout the years. She's always been transparent about her cosmetic procedures and says that beauty does play a part in her happiness. She said, "I know it sounds like a cliche, but happiness has a lot to do with beauty. Calm, peacefulness, and not constant stress are very, very important to feeling beautiful and confident." So even though she looks different than the girl in the red bathing suit running down the beach, she is still beautiful, and more importantly, she is happy. Up next, number 9, we have Gene Simmons. The 71-year-old rock star changed his face by going under the knife, but says he would not recommend anyone else to get plastic surgery despite the fact. He and his wife Shannon Tweed had his and her facelifts together back in 2007, and even though he doesn't regret it, he wouldn't suggest it. He talked about his cosmetic procedures and said, "I don't recommend anything that I've done to anyone. Just because I order something off the menu doesn't mean you should." He actually went under the knife on his reality TV TV show Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, where he tried to prove that couples who get surgery together stay together. His wife spoke about her decision to get it done with him at the time and said, "I didn't want him to look younger than me." Good news is they are still together. So maybe couples who do get plastic surgery together really do stay together. I'm not doing it though. I'd rather be single. I'd rather be freaking single. Moving on to number 8, we have Lil' Kim. For years now, media outlets have written countless articles about how plastic surgery damaged her career. She was once causing waves in the male-dominated field of rap music back in the late 90s and early 2000s. But over the years, her career seemed to fade out. She received heavy criticism for the drastic change in her look, but then she opened up about why she changed her face so much. She has opened up about it and said she always felt like she wasn't pretty, and she first got plastic surgery after getting facial injuries caused by an ex-boyfriend. During a physical altercation, she was left with a broken nose, black eyes, and then she went under the knife to fix her nose. But then the injuries just continued after that as she stayed in the relationship, and she kept undergoing different procedures, which she covered up by saying she was having an allergic reaction, and that's why her face was swollen. In recent years, she said that she cheated by using plastic surgery, saying that she didn't think she was good enough and thought that plastic surgery would make her feel better about herself. This makes me so sad because I've written other lists about her in the past about plastic surgery and stuff, and I just thought she got it. I had no idea the backstory, anything like that. And it's like, man, the poor thing.
Number 7, Miley Cyrus. The 29-year-old singer and actress has lived so many lives already. She's been a Disney star, a country singer, then she moved to R&B for a while and back into pop. Miley has always been an eccentric performer. I mean, who can forget twerking against Robin Thicke at the MTV VMAs in 2013? But her whole style and aesthetic did a complete 180 somewhere around 2020 when she started embracing all things rock and roll. These days she looks completely unrecognizable with a platinum blonde mullet, metallic blue smoky eyeshadow, and a blue and white striped dress. She actually looks like an 80s rock star. The aesthetic change appears to be part of her newest musical era for her newest rock album, Plastic Hearts. It's still up for debate whether Miley is going for a more grunge or glam rock, but it's clear that she's chosen a whole nother genre for herself when it comes to not only style but music. After hearing her cover of Blondie's Heart of Glass, which was released as a single in late September, it became clear to so many that her voice is really suited to rock and roll. Alongside her cover of Zombie by the Cranberries and her own song Midnight Sky, it seems like she's really grown into her voice and found the perfect look for the genre. Number 6, Adele. Ever since her music blew up in the early 2010s, the powerhouse singer has released hit after hit. Her albums 21, 25, and 30 became instant successes, with all 3 topping number 1 on nearly every worldwide music chart. But fans were really shocked in 2020 when Adele made a post on social media that showed her completely transformed look. In fact, she joked about the change in her opening monologue for SNL, saying, "I know I look really different since you last saw me, but actually because of all the COVID restrictions, I had to travel light and I could only bring half of me, and this is the half I chose." The 34-year-old looks extremely happy these days, and she's recently opened up about the healthy lifestyle changes she made that helped her lose 100 pounds in 2 years. But she knows that plenty of negative comments have surfaced about her new look, and she told British Vogue, "My body has been objectified my entire career. It's not just now. I understand why it's a shock. I understand why some women especially were hurt. Visually, I represent a lot of women, but I'm still the same person." So it's clear that Adele is very much herself, just with a newfound confidence. Number 5, Kesha. The singer shocked fans when she debuted her glamorous and sophisticated new look at the Studio 666 premiere in Hollywood. The 34-year-old was truly unrecognizable with a dark, short bob and a plain black dress in a major style transformation from her party girl days. Kesha wore a plunging, lace-up, short, tight black leather dress that accentuated both her chest and her legs. Her brunette hair was slicked back with natural-looking makeup. The Grammy Award winner has been known to drastically alter her appearance through the years, but her new, almost bare-faced look was a complete flip from her usual bright, eccentric style with heavy makeup and her signature long, wavy blonde hair. So making the change from blonde to brunette and chopping her hair into a chin bob length made all the difference in the world. world. But aside from desperately waiting for Kesha to release new music, fans are also longing for the conclusion of her lengthy legal battle with her former producer Dr. Luke, which has been ongoing since 2014. The defamation lawsuit against her seems like it's gonna go on forever at this stage, and it has really kept her career in a kind of limbo. But it's clear that she's already planning some kind of a comeback with her new style. Number 4. Linda Evangelista. The Canadian fashion model was undoubtedly one of the top supermodels from the 1990s and is regarded as one of the most accomplished and influential models of all time. In fact, she's been featured on over 700 magazine covers. But Linda hasn't really been seen in public very much in the last 5 years or so, and fans recently found out why. In September last year, she took to Instagram and revealed that she had undergone cool sculpting treatment to her face, which she says left her unrecognizable, as it allegedly caused fat cells in her face to multiply. Quote, "To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured." She went on to say that the procedure actually did the opposite of what it was promised. In fact, what happened to her was a rare but serious side effect of cool sculpting, and the model said the treatment not only destroyed her livelihood, but sent her into a cycle of deep depression, profound sadness, and the lowest depths of self.
In our third spot is Lisa Rinna. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills standout told Daily Mail that getting lip injections at 24 paved the path for her beauty brand. She has made jokes during interviews saying that her lips have had a career of their own because they started making headlines since the moment that she got them done. The feedback wasn't very positive, but she said as the years went on, people were more accepting of them. From that, she created her own lip beauty brand and sold kits which had lip liner, lip gloss, lipstick. That way people could achieve the same look but without getting fillers. So was she before Kylie or what? Who did it first? It is not just her lips that have changed though. When seeing before pictures of her, you would think it is a totally different person. Media outlets often say she has gone overboard with her appearance after living her life as one of the Real Housewives, but she has always remained confident despite the rumors and criticism. Taking over spot number 2 is Melanie Griffith. It's really no surprise that her look has changed over the years since she's been in the spotlight for so long now. But she has always been open about her decisions to get plastic surgery despite facing a lot of criticism for it. When she first got the work done, she said she didn't realize just how drastic the changes were until people started pointing it out, asking her what happened to her face. She revealed that it got so bad to a point that she went to a different doctor and started dissolving some of the previous stuff that her other doctor had put in. But that was back in 2017. In 2020, more rumors sparked up again claiming that she had even more work done in recent months, altering her appearance even more. No confirmation has been given on the recent plastic surgery, but it is no secret that changes were made and she admitted to them in the past. Winning our number 1 place is Amanda Lepore. The trans singer and model gained fame for her changing appearance and was given the title of the most expensive body on earth. She is famously known for her numerous plastic surgeries and the fact that she is a totally new person now. She did a tell-all about her transition in her book called Doll Parts and explained that she started her transition at just 15 years old when she started taking hormones. So for her, she doesn't want to be recognized as who she was before all of the surgery. So what does the most expensive body on earth have done? She confessed to eye surgery to make her eyes bigger and more doll-like, a breast augmentation, a forehead lift, butt implants, lip injections, and having her bottom ribs broken so she could achieve a smaller waist. It has been reported that the total cost of all of her cosmetic surgeries is well over $1 million, but she does not know the exact amount. So technically she might not have the most expensive, but she still holds the title.
Number 10. Ariana Grande. The singer spoke up about skinny shaming when she saw a tweet comparing herself to Modern Family actress Ariel Winter. One person tweeted about being asked which one he would prefer to date, and he replied that he'd choose Ariel over Ariana because according to him, curves are sexy and sticks are not. Although he probably couldn't have imagined his tweet going viral, Ariana actually responded to him, only to condemn the comparison. Quote, "We live in a day and age where people make it impossible for women, men, anyone to embrace themselves exactly as how they are." She also had a great comeback for him, saying that misogyny, objectifying, labeling, comparing, and body shaming were definitely not sexy in her opinion. Her fans came out in support of her, which was good to see considering that in 2015, many took to Twitter voicing their concern when Ariana pulled up to the 57th annual Grammy Awards looking rather lean. When her own fans commented on her especially petite frame, Ariana said that it was because she had given up junk food. It's a little bit sad that she even had to explain herself. Number 9. Kendall Jenner. In 2013, Kendall opened up to Harper's Bazaar Arabia, revealing that she was currently dealing with skinny shaming. Quote, "I'm constantly criticized for being too skinny." The star told the magazine that while she is trying to gain her weight back, her body won't let it happen. She continued on, saying that what people don't understand is that calling someone too skinny is the same as calling someone too fat. And we can actually see that in a 2018 promo for Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. The host revealed that Kendall had actually been battling skinny shaming since she was a child. According to Khloe, Kendall was always very thin and was actually bullied because of her weight. Khloe added that she thinks all forms of body shaming are wrong and that people don't sympathize when people are body shamed for being too thin, which is extremely true considering that people tend to make fun of those who say they are trying to gain weight for their health instead of lose it. So it's clear that despite being the highest paid supermodel of all time, even Jenner is not immune to being body shamed. Number 8. Sarah Jessica Parker. The Sex and the City star's weight has long been a topic of discussion since the series premiered in the 90s. In 2004, she sat down with Oprah and addressed the issue of women idealizing her thinness. Quote, "Actresses have this weight standard for professional reasons, but I think the standard is impossible for women in America. Parker recognizes that her size is not the norm for other women. In fact, she doesn't want women looking to her weight as if it is." She goes on to say that while filming Sex and the City, her job required her to put on a little dress and run around the streets of New York in heels. But she stresses that she also had the financial means to hire a yoga teacher to come to her house while a babysitter looked after her newborn baby. Quote, "For 95% of the world, that's not realistic." Parker also recognizes that there are likely genetics at play. While the actress admitted to People in 2008 that she eats seriously everything, she said that she thinks she just has a predisposition to being slim, which was overall a very honest way of looking at it.
In spot number 7, we have Axl Rose. The legendary Guns N' Roses singer disappeared in the mid-90s when the band started to fall out, but when he returned down the road, he had a completely new look, and that is when the rumor mill started claiming that he had a facelift that totally changed his face. Articles began saying that he had Botox injections, face fillers, a facelift, but he did not speak out about the claims at that time. It wasn't until an interview in 2015 when he finally commented on it, saying that he has never had plastic surgery. Despite his denial, people did not believe him, and articles still read that he has had work done including hair transplants. Even doctors have come forward about the topic, suggesting the specific things he has had done to keep his face and skin looking so youthful throughout these years. There's just no way your face will change unless you have stuff done to it. I don't get it. Halfway through at number 5, we have Joan Van Ark. Articles have printed titles reading, "How Plastic Surgery Damaged Joan Van Ark's Career." So this situation would be hard to deny, like some of the other celebrities on our list. Janet Jackson, I'm looking at you. The actress was known for being a total stunner at the peak of her career, but her look has changed dramatically thanks to plastic surgery. In January 2020, one source who saw the actress told the Globe that it looked like her face was melting. Well-known plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Oon talked about her appearance and said, "I suspect she's had at least one facelift, if not two, causing her neckline and jawline to look tight. Her forehead is smooth and wrinkle-free, a possible consequence of a brow lift and Botox." She's never openly talked about her big transformation, but a source close to her said she's never liked the way she looked and once just had the money to burn on plastic surgery. I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. You get the money for it. It becomes more tempting, I'm sure, when you have the money to do it. Rolling into spot number 4 is JWoww, real name being Jenny Farley. You would know her as JWoww from the reality TV show Jersey Shore. She became a staple to the show, and one thing she was always known for was her huge breast implants. She flaunted them and loved the jokes and memes that came from it. But throughout the years, she decided to have other procedures done, and in 2009, she first debuted a new look. She claimed at the time that she'd never gone under the knife on her face and only had Botox done. But people were not buying it because the change just seemed too drastic. Even in more recent years, she looks different than she did in 2009. Fans got to actually see her undergo a facelift procedure on the reboot Jersey Shore Family Vacation. She wasn't able to travel on the show with the rest of the cast for a period of time because she was recovering, and her face was severely swollen because she got a blood clot. She eventually healed though and looks beautiful. Nonetheless, she just looks different. I actually watched that episode when her face got the blood clot and she was like, ugh, and holy moly, it looked painful.
And coming in at number 1, Katie Price. Since becoming a household name as a glamour model in the 90s, Katie Price's brand has become synonymous with plastic surgery, but she has always been very honest about the work that she's had done, like the fact that she's had 12 breast augmentations over the last 25 years, and got the first one when she was only 18 years old. She's also had veneers done, and in June last year, Katie endured one of her most ambitious rounds of surgery yet, as she underwent another facelift on the same day that she also treated herself to liposuction and fat injections on her bum. The TV personality is also a big fan of Botox and has gone under the knife for an iron brow lift that left her face with a sharp, tight look. Plastic surgery has become her brand at this point, and Katie herself has said many times that she has no plan to stop going under the knife. But just by looking at old pictures, it's easy to see that she looked like a completely different person before she had all the work done.
In spot number 7, we have Renee Zellweger. Throughout the decades of her career, we have seen the actress transform her body and looks into the roles that she's playing, but off screen her look changed too. Some people say her journey with plastic surgery actually cost her her career at one point in time. She took a 6-year hiatus, and plastic surgery and the pressure she was feeling might have something to do with it. But she is happy that people talk about how different she looks now. During a more recent interview, she said, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I am living a different, happy, more fulfilling life, and I am thrilled that perhaps it shows." For a while, she dodged questions about getting work done on her face, but then later admitted to altering her face and having surgery on her eyes. The reason for doing so? She told the press, "It is no secret a woman's worth has historically been measured by her appearance." I'm curious, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's keep it calm, cool, collected in the comments below, but let's talk about it. I think she brings up a good point. Cruising into number 6, we have Barry Manilow. For years now, fans have wondered just how much plastic surgery he has gotten, but they never got a direct answer from him. According to several media outlets, he has undergone a facelift, eyelid surgery, cheek implants, a nose job, and got Botox injections. But in 2003, he made headlines for reportedly getting both an upper and lower facelift, which changed his appearance drastically. However, a month before that, he had confessed he broke his nose and would have to undergo surgery for it, and some people believe that that was just a story he told beforehand as a way to cover up the plastic surgery he was going to get a month later. When he was being asked personally about his face and if he has had work done, he never really talks about it. He just simply says that he inherited his smooth skin from his father. So unless he talks about it openly, we may never know the exact truth.
Number 3, Mama June. June Shannon, more commonly known to fans and viewers as Mama June, gained her celebrity status from being a main character on the reality series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, a series which focused on her daughter, young country pageant queen Honey Boo Boo. This show seemed to be a cultural phenomenon when it came out, turning millions of eyes towards the family and as a result, making them a lot of money. A few years ago, Mama June underwent multiple surgeries in order to try and completely transform the look of her body. These included a gastric sleeve and having her breasts altered. She even managed to lose so much weight that she had surgery to remove all the excess skin left on her body. The reason for the changes seemed to have been a result of body image issues. Her daughter's saying that even after the transformation, she still sees herself as fat. Fans were left upset by the drastic change because they believed that she was taking advantage of her fame and money to make far too extreme changes to her body. She also continues to receive criticism from fans for promoting things like weight loss drinks in ads on her social media pages.
Number 2, Doja Cat. Doja Cat is sick of trolls at this point who are commenting on her body online, and she's taken to social media to call out people doing it. On June 25th, Doja went on Instagram Live, and she used it as an opportunity to address people who think it's okay to make remarks about her weight. The 26-year-old filmed herself sitting at her laptop while she got Siri to recite a passage that she wrote in response to people saying she's too skinny, and making creepy comments about her body. Via Siri, she says that people constantly bring up the fact that she's skinny because they think that it's their place to speak about it, but she clarified that it's down to her decision to eat more healthy and work out. Quote, "I used to be thick, and that's forever going to be your problem. Your problem, not mine." She goes on to say that while the internet is suffering about how her body looks, she's happy and living her best life. She even called commentators creepy when they say they prefer how she used to look, because it has nothing to do with her own health or happiness. And coming in at number 1, Sarah Hyland. After she was accused of promoting anorexia with her appearance, Modern Family's Sarah Hyland took to Twitter in May of 2017 to finally respond to some of the barrage of body shaming that she's been receiving online. Quote, "I don't normally comment on things like this because it draws attention to those trying to spread negativity, but I'm here to explain a few things and spread love." At the time, the actress wasn't ready to share all of what she's been going through, but she did tell her fans that she's been on bed rest over the course of several months, and as a result, had lost a lot of muscle mass. But it wasn't until late 2018 when Hyland was actually ready to openly talk about her health struggles. The actress told Self magazine that she had received a second kidney transplant and underwent several surgeries, including one for endometriosis and another for an abdominal hernia, within the 6 months before the interview. Of course, all of this intensive surgery meant that it was quite drastic on her body, and she ended up losing a bit of weight. It's a little depressing to realize that Hyland's body was being criticized at the very same time she was striving so hard to heal.
Number 10. Kareena Kapoor. Kareena Kapoor is a very popular Indian actress who has appeared in many Hindi films, winning numerous awards, nominations, writing 3 books, and having her own retail clothing line. In 2016, Kareena gave birth to her first child at the age of 36, and quickly got to work to lose the post-pregnancy weight. In order to achieve this, she followed a rigid diet plan, extensive yoga routine, and even apparently had an orange juice diet. Despite her many awards, accomplishments, and seemingly positive outlook, people online were quick to criticize her change in weight after the pregnancy, even those who had previously made comments about her being too large or chubby. People flocked to her Instagram to make comments saying things like, "She looks like a skeleton," "Malnutrition problem," "What happened with Kareena? She lost her beauty," and many more inappropriate and damaging comments. It seems Kareena can't catch a break, as after gaining weight again due to her second pregnancy, she was called fat by another Pakistani actress, Hira Mani. Number 9. Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson, a famous singer and actress who launched her career on American Idol, was another celebrity who fell under public criticism after losing weight. In just about a year, she managed to lose an incredible 80 pounds. She stated that she was taking on the drastic change in order to set a better example for her son, as she believed the root of her weight issues came from unhealthy and harmful eating habits. In order to lose the weight, Jennifer completely transformed her diet with the help of Weight Watchers, and was excited to share the story of her journey on talk shows like Oprah. Unfortunately, it seems that people watching her transformation did not share her excitement about the change. Fans and viewers believe that because she was a celebrity who has personal chefs, nutritionists, and the organization of Weight Watchers to access easily, that she didn't actually have to work hard to achieve her weight loss. Adele was also dragged in, as she commented on a scenario where Jennifer had recommended Weight Watchers to her, and she said she'd been pretty offended by it. Number 8. Ashley Graham. In 2020, Ashley Graham, who had been a plus-size model, fell under fire for a weight loss change that fans felt was going against her entire message. Most of the hate came under an Instagram post where she first appeared noticeably thinner. Ashley lost weight by pursuing both a healthy diet and consistent workout routine, including running marathons. As a plus-size model who had preached body positivity, fans were shocked by seeing her appear thinner on social media. They made comments saying that by losing weight, she was going against her message of embracing your size and loving your body. People criticized why she would want to change herself and lose weight when she had spoken about being comfortable being herself and being a plus-size woman. Graham responded to the outpouring of hatred with a touching sentiment saying, "At the end of the day, I'm good enough for me." She has had a long battle with body shaming, both from modeling agencies telling her to be thinner and then fans shaming her for losing weight. It seems like there's no way to win.
Number 6. Angelina Jolie. Unfortunately, after her mother passed away from ovarian cancer in 2007, Angelina Jolie lost weight. But even under those tragic circumstances, her weight loss was noticed and harshly criticized. The actress was kind of pushed to speak up about her body, telling Grazia, quote, "I have always been lean, and this year I lost my mother and I've gone through a lot." The star's weight loss was not intentional, but it was actually because of grief, which is something that she was adamant about clarifying. She goes on to say that she's not trying to look thin, but that she's trying to work through a very difficult year. Angelina further expressed that she found it disturbing that people wouldn't first consider if a person who had lost a lot of weight might be going through something traumatic, which is completely true, as no one ever thinks that there might be another underlying reason to somebody being thin.
Number 5. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is a singer who was most popular in the 90s and has managed to ride that fame to the current day. Most likely, a lot of that can be attributed to her holiday hit, All I Want for Christmas Is You, coming back year after year to top Google searches and blare over grocery store speakers. A few years ago, Mariah appeared looking suddenly a bit skinnier. While there was some argument over how she lost the weight, it was revealed that she had likely undergone a gastric sleeve surgery. Mariah said that she had chosen to lose weight and undergo the surgery because she had never felt comfortable with her body due to body shamers, online commenters, and others critiquing her weight fluctuations. Unfortunately, the choice seemed to just bring more commenters and shamers towards her. People seemed shocked that she would get the surgery without having a major weight or medical problem, and even criticized the doctor that had agreed to perform it.
Number 4. Gigi Hadid. The model seemed to cop the worst of both worlds when it comes to body shaming. In February of 2018, Gigi revealed that she was once considered too big for the industry. She clarified on Twitter, writing, quote, "For those of you so determined to come up with why my body has changed over the years, you may not know that when I started modeling at 17, I was not yet diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease." Gigi said that those who felt that she was too heavy to be a model were actually seeing water retention and inflammation, which are all symptoms of her thyroid disease. In addition to being thought of as too fat, Gigi has also been considered too thin. In a separate tweet, the model said that since her health has improved from her teenage years, she's better able to manage her condition, and her outward symptoms have dissipated. Quote, "I may be too skinny for you, but I feel healthier internally." Later, the supermodel urged people to have more empathy for others and to lift up those that you admire rather than be cruel to those that you don't. Very wise words. Number 3. Celine Dion. When photos of the 51-year-old singer from last year's Met Gala surfaced, people noticed that she had in fact lost weight. This got them curious as well as concerned for her. Celine Dion has addressed her weight loss and reassured her fans that she is doing well. She emphasizes that she eats healthy and works out regularly. The iconic singer's response to others' criticism about her weight was all very well done. If you think about it, throughout her whole career, she's had to defend herself from critics saying that she's too skinny. So by now, she would have some pretty epic comebacks up her sleeve. In a 2019 interview with Dan Wootton, Dion said that those who don't like her looks need not be bothered. Quote, "Don't take a picture." The star further revealed that she's just experimenting with different looks because naturally she wants to feel attractive. She added, quote, "I'm doing this for me. I want to feel strong, beautiful, feminine, fierce, and sexy." According to the icon, it's not about being thin or too thin, it's about feeling your best.
Actress Rebel Wilson went through a dramatic transformation in 2020 that has fans wondering how exactly she did it. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how and why she decided to change her lifestyle and in turn lose over 70 pounds. In 2019, Rebel Wilson was known for playing characters that promoted body positivity, like her Pitch Perfect role of Fat Amy. In the movie, Amy says that she asked the girls to call her fat to her face because she knows they'll just call her fat behind her back anyways. Many felt empowered by the film, especially since Amy seemed so comfortable in her own skin. So fans were shocked to learn that Rebel was partaking in a lifestyle journey she was calling her quote, "year of health." Then in 2020, Rebel announced on her Instagram that she intended to go through a huge health and lifestyle change that would most likely result in her losing a lot of weight. She ended up losing over 70 pounds in about a year and announced that she hit her goal weight of 165 pounds in November of 2020. Rebel has revealed that she followed something called the Mayer method to lose the weight. This method is all about a lifestyle change and intuitive eating. One of the principles of the diet is to focus on chewing food and eating slowly in order to achieve her drastic weight loss. Rebel said recently that she wished she'd gotten on the weight loss path sooner, when she was in her 30s. Wilson told in style, quote, "Now that I know I can do it, sometimes I feel sad that I didn't do it earlier. Maybe I should have tried when I was 30, not 40. But everybody's journey is different and it's not a race or competition." To get more into her weight loss method, called the Mayor Method, the diet is based on eating healthy vegetables, high-protein foods, and being mindful about eating, avoiding added sugars, and stress eating. A large part of the diet is actually encouraging positive lifestyle changes, like incorporating simple exercises and sleeping more. The Mayor Method dates back to the 1920s when a doctor in Austria invented it. Wilson actually went to a specific clinic in Austria that teaches the method in 2019. After this meeting, she was excited to give the diet a try. Wilson explained her new approach to her fans in a social media video, telling them how this method helps people put themselves in better situations where they feel in control of their decisions and less distracted while they eat, so they don't make poor choices. The method encourages going for walks or hiking as a way of reducing stress, which is a cornerstone principle. The diet also allows for a glass of wine at dinner, which is a nice treat. The point of the diet change is to go from eating inflammatory foods to anti-inflammatory to change the health of the gut, focusing on tons of vegetables and high-protein foods to do so. The diet avoids inflammatory foods like processed foods, dairy, caffeine, and gluten. After opening up about her stunning transformation, Rebel revealed that back when she was contemplating the weight loss journey, some of the people on her own team were not too happy when she decided she was going to lose weight. She told the BBC, quote, "I got a lot of pushback from my own team actually, here in Hollywood, when I said, okay, I'm going to do this year of health. I feel like I'm really going to physically transform and change my life." This pushback was because she'd become known for her weight in the industry and she was getting roles as the quote, funny fat girl, as she says. Changing her entire branding at that point could have been the end of her career. However, she didn't let their opinions stop her, because she knew she needed that change in her lifestyle to be as healthy as possible. She also knew she needed to address her unhealthy eating habits. Adding, quote, "I knew deep down inside that some of the emotional eating behaviors I was doing were not healthy, like I didn't need a tub of ice cream every night. That was me kind of numbing emotions using food, which wasn't the healthiest thing." Rebels also revealed her change in diet was in part to increase her chances of getting pregnant. She said on Instagram Live back in July, quote, "It first started when I was looking into fertility stuff, and the doctor was like, well, you'd have a much better chance if you were healthier." Rebel says she was initially offended that he brought that up, but after thinking about it, she knew the doctor was right. She continued in the interview, quote, "So that's kind of where it started, that if I lost some excess weight, that it would give me a better chance for freezing eggs and having the eggs be a better quality. It wasn't even really myself, it was more thinking of the future mini-me, really." Now that Rebel has lost the weight up to 77 pounds at this point, she's now focused on maintaining the weight loss and not putting it back on, like she had done in the past. In an interview with Women's Health, Rebel spoke about the permanent lifestyle changes that she's made, saying, quote, "The biggest lesson that I've learned is how to deal with my emotional eating, learning to process my emotions and deal with my emotions better. That's really what's changed my life for the better." Rebel has also shared with fans some candid posts about her journey and some of her low points that really encouraged the change. In August, she posted a throwback photo at her largest weight. In the caption, she spoke about all the bad things that happened around that time in her life, like losing her father to a heart attack. At that time, she was using food to manage her feelings. The caption read in part, quote, "Okay, so I know I normally post flattering photos of myself, but I found this old photo in my emails and was like, whoa." She wrote in the caption, "I remember this was when I was at my most unhealthiest, being overweight and indulging way too much with junk food, using food to numb my emotions." Finishing off the caption that she is so proud of herself and anyone who wants to make this change can do it if they try hard enough. In the Women's Health interview, Rebel spoke about her current daily regimen. In 2020, she was focused on losing the weight, so in 2021, she was only trying to maintain. She said, quote, "There were times last year where I was eating on a very strict diet, and then now it's more about balance." She said she's incorporated snacks back into her diet, and she indulges in the occasional ice cream and chocolate. To her, this approach feels more maintainable. She's also made an effort to make her past favorite unhealthy foods more healthy, like incorporating more vegetables in meals that didn't always include as many. For example, she loves to add shredded carrots and avocados to her tacos. She's also lessened her fitness routine and added in more moderate workouts that are easier to stick to. She said, quote, "I don't have to do such extreme workouts. It's really about enjoying exercise and physical activity. So I'll just go on a light walk. I'm not killing myself at the gym." Just last week, Rebel continued to share pictures of her new figure, posing on a couch for a New Year's Eve photo. She wrote in a stunning Instagram post, quote, "Starting off the new year strong. Happy New Year to you legends, love from down under." She celebrated in her native Australia, sharing moments from the night on her Instagram, like fireworks and drinks with her friends. While talking to People, she also opened up about her current dating life. She confirmed that she's single after a split with her ex-boyfriend, Jacob Bush, and she says she isn't looking to date at the moment. She spoke about her single summer, saying, quote, "I was doing the hot girl summer thing. I heard about it in rap songs and I was like, this sounds fun, but it really wasn't me. I'm more of a conservative girl normally." Although she confirmed she dated some people over the summer and had a nice time, nothing serious came out of it. Following the breakup, Wilson confirmed she hopped on a dating app to see who was out there, but she deleted it after she got way too much attention. I mean, being a celebrity on a dating app is definitely not easy. She also spoke about her weight loss and turning 40, saying, quote, "Last year I for the first time ever prioritized my health. And even though that was my 40th year, I was just like, it's never too late to improve yourself or to improve your health. I shouldn't feel sad or beat up on myself because of that. I should just feel proud of myself for actually doing it." As of now, Rebel looks phenomenal as an inspiration to women everywhere who are looking to make a lifestyle change. After researching a bit about her diet, I'm definitely going to start eating my meals slower and enjoy them. That was one of the principles of the diet.
Coming in at number 10 is Jennifer Lawrence. In 2017 at Elle's Women in Hollywood event, Jennifer Lawrence spoke about the film industry's approach to body image. She told the story of when she was a young actress. She says she was asked to lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks for a part in a film, which is an insane request, but not only was she told to shed the weight, but she was forced to strip down and compare herself to other actresses who did not have the role. She said, quote, "During this time, a female producer had me do a nude lineup with about 5 women who were much, much thinner than me. We are stood side by side with only tape covering our privates. After that degrading and humiliating lineup, the female producer told me I should use the naked photos of myself as inspiration for my diet." End quote. Anyone else feel their blood boiling? Cause I kinda do, just a smidge, just a little bit. Yeah. She went on to say that the experience made her feel trapped, and that she now continuously reminds herself that she deserves to be treated with respect. And I'm so glad she could take that horrible experience and spin it into a positive thing for herself. That's not easy. Number 9, Chris Pratt. Before Chris Pratt landed the role of Scott Hatterberg in Moneyball, he says he was told he had to lose weight. While he did actually go through with the weight loss so that he would be cast in the film, he says he ended up doing it in a pretty unhealthy way, which is part of the problem. I think if a production asks an actor to lose weight, they should provide resources to do so, since they think it's as easy as just doing it. He told Vanity Fair that, quote, "That was the first time I heard someone say, 'We're not gonna cast you, you're too fat.' So I decided to drop the weight like in wrestling. I couldn't afford a trainer, so it was all running and crash dieting and cutting alcohol." End quote. If you're gonna tell someone to cut down and expect them to do it out of their own pocket when the industry is already expensive to be a part of, I don't know, maybe be a little less harsh about it. Number 8, Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer may have been the writer of her film Trainwreck, but her control over the project stopped when it came to her own appearance in her own film that she wrote. She says that she was told she needed to lose weight in order to take on the lead role. On the Jonathan Ross show, Schumer jokingly described the experience by saying, quote, "It was explained to me before I did that movie that if you weigh over 140 pounds as a woman in Hollywood, if you're on the screen, it will hurt people's eyes. So I lost some weight to do that, but never again." Again, she did this for her own film that she wrote.
Number 7, Ruby Rose. The Australian model and actress Ruby Rose is all too familiar with being skinny shamed throughout her career and just simply existing as a public figure in general. After posting a photo of herself on Instagram in October 2017, you can guess the kind of body shaming she received. Several Instagram users rushed to the comments to call the actress anorexic. The sad thing is that Rose did in fact take notice of all the accusations being tossed around and felt that she needed to share a message with fans in an Instagram story. She wrote that it's so frustrating because she says she just doesn't get upset at the criticism itself, but she hates it because it worries her fans or shames them. Quote, "I hate it because it uses no logic and basically is just someone projecting their experience and expectations on others." The actress explained that she really does eat a healthy, plant-based diet and doesn't drink alcohol or eat processed foods, also adding that she used to be a boxer and she recently trained very hard for her role in several action films.
Number 6, Gabby Sidibe. Gabby Sidibe is another celebrity who has faced body-shaming criticism on both sides of the spectrum. Gabby, who started her acting career in 2009 with the film Precious, was often criticized for her looks and size, despite her numerous awards and nominations and clear talent in acting. Howard Stern even took to calling her enormous, though other actors, including Whoopi Goldberg, were quick to defend her. After being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, she underwent a weight loss surgery, which transformed her stomach into a smaller size. Gabby stated that without the surgery, she never would have lost weight and seemed to be confident with her new body and look. However, a lot of people criticized her method of weight loss, looking down on her choice to receive a surgery in order to transform her body. She responded by saying she's not bothered by these comments, stating that it's her body and people should focus on their own. While controversial to some people, she's not the only big name to undergo weight loss surgery.
Number 5. Lucy Hale. When the Pretty Little Liars actress shared a photo of herself on Twitter in September of 2017, one man commented on the post saying that no straight men are signing off on that anorexic look, before asking Hale to please eat a hamburger. But as you could probably guess, the celeb was not feeling that horribly offensive message. Quote, "As someone who used to struggle with anorexia, I don't take these comments lightly. I'm healthy, I'm happy, and you don't know me." Then in a separate tweet, Hale really stood up for herself and made it clear that she wasn't just going to accept body shaming, writing that she is disgusted that a man would even think of saying these absolutely awful words to a woman, and that he should be ashamed of himself. Although the problematic Twitter user obviously didn't welcome her opinion, Hale's fans and the Twitter sphere in general at least got the message. Many of her fans not only came to her defense, but they also expressed their gratitude for her decision to stand up to the person criticizing her body.
Number 4. Meghan Trainor. Meghan Trainor, the singer of All About That Bass fame, is another celeb to join the list of those who wanted to change and improve their lifestyle when having children. After having her child, she appeared at least 20 pounds lighter than she had previously been. Fans were shocked to say the least when they saw that the change had taken place. Her most famous songs seemed to be about body positivity and loving yourself, no matter what you looked like, and especially if you were plus-sized. So, similar to Ashley Graham, fans saw her weight loss as going against her message of acceptance and being comfortable in your own skin, questioning if she was just another celeb to preach about going against expectations just to succumb to them herself. But Meghan states her reasons for weight loss as wanting to have a better lifestyle, feel better mentally, and apparently even saying, "I just want to live forever, man. I want to stay looking young forever." Me too, Meghan. She was also attacked by online commenters who made fun of her for losing the bass that had made her as famous as she is. While facing criticism, many also believe that she's still a true role model to fans for how to change your lifestyle in a healthy and positive way.
Number 3. Carrie Fisher. Even when you are reprising an older version of a character you already played 30 years ago, some people in the industry still only care about how you look. Star Wars actress Carrie Fisher was pressured into losing 35 pounds in order to reprise her iconic role as Princess Leia in Star Wars The Force Awakens. She told Good Housekeeping, quote, "Nothing changes. It's an appearance-driven thing. I'm in a business where the only thing that matters is weight and appearance. That is so messed up. They might as well say get younger because that's how easy it is. It doesn't matter how great of an actress you are, doesn't matter if you played the role iconically when you were younger. Hollywood is Hollywood. Maybe it needs to change. I don't know." Number 2. Ashley Benson. In 2016, Ashley Benson was told she was quote unquote too fat for a role, to which she responded, quote, "I'm a size 2. I cried for 30 minutes, but then you have to let it just roll off your shoulders or it could cause a serious eating disorder," end quote. She told Ocean Drive, quote, "A lot of people in this industry hear they need to lose weight more times than they should. It does make you stronger though, because if you let that affect you, you can't be in this industry. You'd go crazy." End quote. And that's the hard truth of it, really. Number 1. Margaret Cho. And to end off this list is an example of just why this kind of behavior is dangerous. ABC told Margaret Cho that she was too overweight to play the part of herself in her semi-autobiographical sitcom All-American Girl. Cho ended up hospitalized with kidney failure from not eating. Years later, she told The Cut, quote, "Being called ugly and fat and disgusting to look at from the time I could barely understand what the words meant has scarred me so deep inside that I have learned to hunt, stalk, claim, own, and defend my own loveliness and my image of myself as stunningly gorgeous with a ruthlessness and a defensiveness that I fear for anyone who casually or jokingly questions it." End quote. Period. Exclamation mark.
Number 10. Zac Efron. The High School Musical star really shocked fans with how different he looked in 2021, when a video surfaced online of his face looking extremely altered. When Zac appeared on camera for a virtual Earth Day event, everyone was totally distracted by his new appearance. Not only did he no longer have his iconic babyface look, but some people suggested that he had an altered jawline and enhanced lips, and suspected that he'd had, at the very least, some Botox done. It's true that he looked a little bit puffy or possibly swollen, but of course, camera angles, makeup, and poor lighting also could have contributed to the drastically different appearance. When the video started making the rounds on social media, popular TikTok surgeon Dr. Yun suggested that Zach might have gotten oral surgery, which would explain his swollen jaw, which would happen if your wisdom teeth were taken out or you had some kind of other intensive dental surgery. But fans were not happy about the doctor's comments and accused him of trying to capitalize on Zach's popularity to gain attention. Although he does look different now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The actor went on both The Ellen Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live recently and just looked a whole lot more mature. In fact, he seemed to have really grown into his features in the best way possible. Number 9. Khloe Kardashian. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star is known for being the funniest and most laid back of all the sisters. But over the years, fans have seen such a drastic change in her appearance that it can only be put down to excessive plastic surgery. And while the reality star isn't too outspoken when it comes to her past procedures, she has opened up once before about the reason behind her choice to go under the knife. Quote, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had her 3rd face transplant, but I've only had 1 nose job and everyone gets so upset. Like, why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me." She also revealed that she has done injections but not really Botox because when she tried it, her face responded horribly, but all the surgery was probably because of something deeper. In fact, later in the episode, Khloe explained how she experienced body image insecurity when doing photo shoots with her sisters, saying, "They would receive racks and racks of clothes and I was told by so many different stylists I was given about 2 or 3 pieces of clothing, but not to worry because I would be in the background anyway," which is pretty unfortunate because being treated like that would upset just about anybody.
Number 7. David Harbour. During a 2017 interview with The Wrap, David Harbour talked about his ironic experience auditioning to play the Blob in a Wolverine movie. When David Harbour auditioned to play the role, he ended up getting told by the director that he should probably shed some pounds, despite the fact that he was auditioning to play a character named the Blob. David said in the interview, quote, he was like, "David, look, you're wonderful. We really think you're just a great actor. We're just concerned. We're really concerned." And I was like, "Why? What's your concern? I'm good to go. I'm available. Let's do this." And they were like, "No, it's just you lifted up your shirt and we saw we're just a little worried about your health." I was like, "Wait a minute, dude, pause for a second. You are telling me I'm too fat to play the Blob. That's awesome. I have to get the F back to New York. That's my audition, so I didn't get the Blob." And personally, this is one I find somewhat hilarious just because of how ridiculous it is. Number 6. Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale says that when she auditioned for Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor right after giving birth, Mr. Bay told her she'd quote unquote have to work out if she got the part. Kate told the story on the Graham Norton show saying, quote, "I don't think I fit the type of actress Michael Bay had met before. I think he was baffled by me because my boobs weren't bigger than my head and I wasn't blonde. I just had my daughter and had lost weight, but was told that if I got the part I'd have to work out, and I just didn't understand why a 1940s nurse would do that," end quote. Apparently, the director then continued to insult her body through the production process of the movie. Kate's right, a 1940s nurse wouldn't do that. A lot of things in that movie aren't accurate, but honestly, have you seen a Michael Bay film? Number 5. Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill said in an interview with Men's Health magazine, when he auditioned to play James Bond in a film, the director told him he was too chubby, quote unquote, for the role. To audition, Cavill said he had to walk out with just a towel on, saying, quote, "I remember the director, Martin Campbell, saying, 'Looking a little chubby there, Henry,' end quote," which, screw you dude, that's kinda rude, what the hell? But Cavill said he was following a poor diet at the time, and overall, the director's comment made him rethink his physical health and how he eats. "I don't know how to train for a diet," he told the publication. Continuing, "And I'm glad Martin said something because I respond well to truth. It helps me get better." Again, it's great to see an actor take these things in a positive way, but it just goes to show the tough skin actors are required to have when they're in Hollywood. Number 4. Mindy Kaling. Mindy Kaling's story is a lot like Amy Schumer's actually. Before The Office, a network offered Mindy Kaling a sketch comedy show based on her own life, which is great. Who better to play a person than that person? So it's a little strange though that this same network made Mindy audition for her own part and then rejected her from the role because she wasn't quote unquote considered attractive or funny enough to play herself. What? She told The Guardian, quote, "That network is no longer on the air and The Office went on to be one of NBC's most hit shows in years. I feel like karmically I was vindicated, but at the time it felt terrible," unquote.
Number 3. Iggy Azalea. The Australian rapper made her US debut in 2014 with the release of her first album, The New Classic, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard rap chart. From her collaborations with some of our favorite pop princesses to her gorgeous curves, Iggy Azalea has consistently commanded headlines all over the globe. But recently, a lot of it has been plastic surgery rumors, considering how much her appearance has changed over the years. Confirming the suspicions, the Aussie hitmaker admitted that she has had rhinoplasty. She said, "I'm not denying it. Denying it is lame. I don't think you should be ashamed if you've made a change to yourself, which is why I've spoken about the changes I've made, like with my breasts." Iggy was always pretty straightforward about her decision to have surgery, saying, "Your perception of yourself can change a lot over time, so I think it's important to wait and make sure it's the right choice. Plastic surgery is an emotional journey. It's no easy feat to live with your flaws and accept yourself, and it's no easy feat to change yourself. Either way you look at it, it's a tough journey," which is a great message to get out there, considering that there's still a lot of stigma behind just admitting to having done plastic surgery in the first place. And coming in at number 1, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Of all the famous twins in Hollywood, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are probably the most mysterious. The former child stars announced an abrupt and permanent retirement from acting more than 15 years ago, and ever since then they've kept a low profile. But the twins are still hard at work on their fashion line and other business endeavors. But when photos surfaced over the years of Mary-Kate looking drastically different from Ashley, fans began speculating that one or both sisters may have had plastic surgery. People were pretty rude when it came to targeting the appearance of both of them, with some outlets reporting that Ashley underwent a botched facelift and that Mary-Kate looked a lot older. In fact, one plastic surgeon who spoke to Life and Style magazine insisted that the changes could have come from other factors, such as nicotine products or lifestyle changes. The sisters looked surprisingly similar when they were younger, which caused most people to assume that they were identical, but they're actually fraternal twins, which might help explain their physical differences now. The girls did have a brief chance to get back on the screens recently in the revival of their original show, Fuller House, but they just weren't interested in participating, which seemed to disappoint a lot of fans. But it only served to make them more mysterious as they continued to live ever so private lives.